Hey folks, it's Amy in the Crafty Cottage. I'm going to turn on some more light here because you know it's bright but not quite bright. It's kind of cloudy here today. So I'm going to wait a few minutes before I get started. I'm going to give a rendition of this card so that you can see it. We're going to change it up just a hair, but I'm going to do it more like what's in the catalog that you'll see when you get your catalog. It is really adorable, and as soon as I saw those, I really wanted them. I would be so thrilled. There's some stuff by Crafter's Companion out there that you can emboss something so it gives it that 3D effect, but it comes with stencils and you can color those as well. And I really want those, but Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell those, so I try not to show you those kind of things. Although I may end up getting some. I just have to find them again, the set that I like. So anyway, I am here. If you are here, please leave me a comment and let me know that you're here. I'm going to wait till about 10 o'clock to get started on the card. You can see the card here. I know I've got my mug in the place, and we're actually going to be starting this card. I'm going to move my mug over here so you can see. We're going to start this card with literally 2 pieces of paper. That's it. And it's going to come out so cool. I'm just using 3 colors of ink. Oh wait, I need 4 colors. Sorry. Let me get the other green out. I'm going to do garden green. There we go. Some garden green too. So how is everyone? I told you I'd try to come in today, and I'm also doing a class next Tuesday, and it will be at Network Neighborhoods. You can go online at their website and you can sign up to do the class if you're in the area of Conover. This is where I'll be teaching them. They're $10. We're doing 4 cards, and I'm working on getting those kits together. So I think there's still some room if you want to go, because seating is limited. So anyway, that's all I have. I'm going to flip over and we'll kind of get started. We got a minute left. Again, if you're here, please leave me a comment. I will pick randomly out of the comments and mail one of these cards to somebody. So y'all, let's get started. I'm going to flip you over. Alright, my ugly mug is off. So what we're using is, I'll show you the front of this. It's the Butterfly and Flowers Layering Decorative Mass. So it comes with this sheet here, which I showed you in my opening video. And it comes with the flowers, different flowers. It also comes with a butterfly. And it comes with the other, more flowers. And then we also have 2 other background sheets. This one's kind of got some daisies on it. And this one's just got some straight little, I think it reminds me of a houndstooth or some vines going through. We're not going to use either one of these 2 today, although I thought about changing it to the flowers, but I thought it would make it a little too busy, too flowery. And this is the card we're going to recreate. The one in the catalog that they have doesn't have any of the gold on it. I like the gold on it, and I used the rectangle stitch dies here because I was just grabbing a piece that I had left over. So this was all made out of my scraps that I had. So this is what we're going to create today, and there's not going to be any stamping. You can stamp a sentiment if you'd like. I could have put one up here. I just decided to leave it blank. I could do a little ribbon of a sentiment, especially out of our many messages. They have great stamp sets that are long and ribbony, and they would look really cool. But something else I kind of wanted to show you is this is going to be a beautiful card. Can you not see it? This is that new paper, the Horizons paper. And I just did a cutout, and that is just so pretty, just like that. I cannot wait to make some cards with this, just to show you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with just, this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, or 5 1/4 by 4. And this is just one of the contour dies, the second largest. And I just cut out, and they're both in just Whisper White or Basic White, whichever you have. And I'm going to put this to the sides. We'll put it over here so you can kind of see it. And then I've got my mass, and I've got some ink. I've got garden green, petal pink, Calypso Coral, and Night of Navy. We're going to start with the Night of Navy, and we're going to do our background so it has plenty of time to dry. So I'm going to set this to the side, and I'm going to get my background piece. And these will make our flowers. So I'll set these out of the way so they don't get messed up. So you can decide whether you want it up or down, and I use my little paper here, and I'm going to just lay this on top. Make sure it's straight. The best thing to do is painter's tape. I love this stuff. It's great for my craft room. It doesn't stick so horribly that you can't get it off, and I'm happy with it. So I hope Miss Barbara is here. She told me she wanted to watch today, so I ought to send her a text real quick and tell her, hey, I'm live if you want to come watch. So I'm going to put this just a little sticky down to keep it on my workspace. And this is so it does not move. Actually, I should move it up a little bit so y'all can see. Move it up so y'all can see it. We'll put it right there. And I'm going to text Miss Barbara and tell her, I am live. Come see. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go to messages. I love my new phone, but I can't remember how to use it half the time. Okay, I just texted her, so now she should be able to watch. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this down. I've already got the little sticky on the back of the basic cardstock so I can keep it in place. Now I'm going to take my painter's tape, and I'm going to, as soon as I can get it off, I'm going to make sure I stick this down so that my pattern is even. And I'm also going to make sure that when I stick it down so that my pattern is even, that I have enough room to put this down without covering my cardstock, because I want all of the cardstock to have that color to it. I want it to be rich and full of color. So we're just going to put it on like that, and we're going to put it down at both ends so that it's nice and flat, and I even do a little extra on the sides just so I make sure we don't move. And there we go. Now we have it nice and down, and we're good. Move this out of the way. I'm going to get my blue. I'm using Night of Navy. I tried it with Misty Moonlight. I wasn't so crazy about that. So I'm going to get my blender brush right here, and I'm literally just going to take some ink, and we're just going to take it and smush it in here. You can smush it in, you can rub it, sponge it. Now mind you, it is going to get all over your other paper, but that's okay. So I just smush it in there. I just kind of give it a little press. I also make sure I go from the edges of my ink, because when you're stamping, you generally go in the middle. So I try not to pull from the middle when I do this, so that I'm getting most of the ink on the edges. And I'm probably going to have to refill my Night of Navy soon, because I've been using it a lot. Because I just like that deep, rich, dark color. And you can make it as dark or as light as you want. And now the one I did here is pretty dark, and I'm going to try to repeat that same process. And we're just keeping the smooshing and getting that ink. Now, if you don't get the center all that great, that's okay, because the center is going to be covered up a little bit. So I'm kind of making sure I get the ends really deep and rich in those corners, because that's really going to be what you see. And you could also do this in several different colors. So you could have an ombre effect. Those seem to be the things to do these days, having ombre effects of color. And I'm not so crazy about that all the time. And I'm just going through here and I'm kind of lightly tapping to see how dark and light it is in some places. So I really want these corners to show up nice and dark. As you can see, I'm getting ink all over my stamp pad too. Alright, I think I'm going to call this good. We should be nice and dark on our edges. I've got a little right here that I'd like to get a little more in there. And I kind of smoosh down and then rub because it's hard to get in some of these little teeny tiny spots. Now that I'm done with this, I'm going to close my ink so I don't get more ink everywhere, even though I have it all over the ink pad. And I will clean that up here in a little bit. Now I'm going to take this off so we can see it. And because I use painter's tape, it will be nice and easy to get up. And there we go. There is our background. Now, like I said, I didn't go a whole lot in the center, and it's not as dark there, and that's okay. I wasn't looking for the center to be great because our flower is going to go over that. So I'm going to take off my little paper tape in the back, and I'm just going to set this aside so it can dry up. And I'm also going to take my tape off of this, and I'm throwing this tape away because I probably have some blue on it, and I don't really want the blue in my flowers. So I'm going to set this aside because it needs to be cleaned now as well. And pitch my tape. Now I'm going to take my new piece right here. And I'm going to get some more tape. And I'm going to seal it down just so it's on there. And of course I didn't pull my tape very well. Alright, kind of roll this up so that your piece stays in place, because I don't want it rolling all over the place. There we go. Now I'm going to take my flowers, and I'm going to start with this one. I know you're looking at me going, that's crazy. But we're going to start with this big one right here, and we're going to do, I'm going to kind of do it, let's just do it centered because we can turn this. And I'm going to cover it. Now when I cover it, I need to make sure I cover these spots so that they don't show up with color on them on my piece of paper. So we're going to take our painter's tape and we're going to tape this down. You put it right where you want it on the cardstock, which I'm going to do right in the center. So we're going to go just like that. I'm going to go right here. And I'm also covering it up over here because I really don't want this piece of paper over here to get colored with the color I'm using. And then I'm going to cover up here. And a tiny bit right here. This way it leaves just the area that I want to color. And I'm going to start this one with Petal Pink. It is our softer color. And when you do these, I actually need another brush because this has got Calypso Coral on it. You can go Petal Pink to Calypso Coral, but being that I have not washed that brush yet, looking for my other brushes, which I have more. They all keep moving on me. Let me use this one. Gotta get up. Here's another one that's dry and clean. They're all hidden. Alright. I've got this one. We're going to pick up some of this Petal Pink. When you do this, you're going to start with a lighter color and then go to your darker color. So if you want your darker color, you're going to need to just do a light color on the base. That's just going to be the best way it is. The best way I can show you why is, let me find my butterfly here that I did that I wasn't very happy with. I did it in Night of Navy, and then I did some Calypso Coral on it, and the Calypso Coral turned out red. And I put a little bit of glitter on it. Here it is. This is why you start with light colors. This is the Night of Navy I started with for the butterfly, and then I did Calypso Coral on top of it, and it turned out like a red color. So I put drops of Tombow on pieces of it and rubbed some of the gilding once it kind of dried, and that's how I caught this particular butterfly. Didn't come out so great because the glue moved over here, but I still think it's pretty. It's pretty, but it's definitely not something I would have done. Not on purpose, anyway. So, okay, I've got some color, and I'm going to do just like I did before, and I'm going to rub this in here and make sure that all of this gets nice and colored. And you could use a sponge. You don't have to use the blending brushes like I have, but they are much easier to use the blending brushes to do this. And I really need to put more ink on my stamp pad. I need to see. I think my phone is just a beeping away over here. Yes, it is. And I have the volume off. Okay, let's see. And be careful when you're doing this. You've got these little pieces, and if you're not gentle, they may actually try to start coming up. Like this one's trying to bend up on me. So I have to be careful that I'm going to go this way with it. So it's going to keep it down. That is one thing about these stencils. If you're working with the delicate pieces, it's hard to keep them from pulling up. And I had the star, or the snowflakes, and that one pulled up quite a bit for me, and I had some difficulty with that one. Alright, so I think that's enough petal pink, because it's supposed to be a soft color. So we're going to leave that like that. I'm going to close my petal pink up. And we're going to take the tape off. And see, we have a nice petal pink. And we're going to switch this and layer this up to go the other way. But it's going to layer this way. I'm going to take this tape off. I can reuse this tape because it's going to be the same colors. And they'll blend well and you won't notice them. So we're going to put this on. And you're going to match up your little circle here and your little circle here. So they'll be perfect. Once you have those matched up, you can make sure that your roses sit perfectly. And I'm literally just going to take the same tape and I'm going to tape it down. Just like this. There we go. And we're going to take our Calypso Coral now. We're going to go with the Calypso Coral to make detailed spots. You could use any color you'd like. I mean, this would look good with this petal pink. Would look good with Flirty Flamingo. It would look good with the Real Red. Any one of those colors would look great. I decided to keep the same colors that they had in the catalog, which was the Night of Navy and the Calypso Coral. At least that's what it looked like. I haven't seen the instructions yet. So now I'm going to take this. Oh, this is not what I wanted. This is not. I just used the same piece, didn't I? Yes, I did. I need to switch it. We want this piece. So it's going to go like this. Just like this. I'm crazy. I'm a blonde. There we go. So you're going to see some of your pink hiding. And that's okay. I just covered the wrong side. Ah. It's alright. It's called live TV for a reason. I'm glad I caught that before I started coloring. I'd have been really mad. I need to cover this up a little better, though, than what's there. And we need to just make sure that we're covering it up well, so we don't have Calypso Coral everywhere that we don't want it. Although it's okay if you get a little color somewhere, you can always put an embellishment over it, right? Alright, so I've got the ink on here, and we're just going to start Coming in and putting that Calypso coral in there. And because this is just detail pieces, these little pieces in between, they're a lot more sturdy than this little fine pieces over here. Alright, now this one doesn't take a whole lot of doing. One, because my brush is super saturated. And two, it's a small space. So there we go, that was it. That's simple and easy to do. I'm just going to pull this off now and you can see how it's done that beautiful layering color. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to put this one aside, and we're not even going to use that tape. That tape needs to go away now. Now, you see I had flower, or I had some greenery. The greenery comes off of this particular piece. So we're going to take whatever you like, and you're going to lay these aside. Like I like this one right here. So you're just going to layer it, and we'll put it right there. Let me get another. We'll use this one because you can go from lighter to darker. So we'll use this. And we're going to use the garden green for the... Actually, I have a little one that I used for that. Where's my little bitty one? It is right here. I'll use my little bitty one. And we'll get these out of our way. I have some serious brush washing to do. Okay. So now I've got this sitting right where I want it. I'm going to get some more tape. And this time I'm not going to cover it up so much I'll have to waste a lot of tape. So I'm going to put it just so that I'm working right where I want, because I'm using such a small brush. And I have to get my tape up here. There we go. So I want this one to go here. So I'm just going to tape here. I really could start using smaller pieces of tape. It would be fine. And I'm going to go here. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to put me a little coloring in here. And I'm literally just going to stick right into this spot, just to put some soft colored leaves in here. And I'm not going very dark with these. Not this particular leaf. No, I have another leaf that I will make really dark. So there you go. Now if you want it darker, you just come back in, lay it, and you put a little more ink in there. And you just kind of smush it in those holes. And it's so nice that you can see where you're going. And then you can just see what you've done. Isn't that beautiful? Now we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to put some more leaves somewhere else. Like I like this one. I'm going to see if I can put these on this side right here. And this time I'm just going to hold it. I'm just going to put these down here like this. Just put these 3 little leaves. Just like that. And these I'm going to go kind of dark. Alright. So there we've got some more leaves. And I want some more of these pretty long leaves. So I'm going to see what we got here. Put some more of these, and you just twirl it around till you get what you want. Let's see about doing one right here. No, we'll go right here. We'll put him right here. Over here. There we go. We're going to go right here. Honestly, I think the 2-piece would look good here too. We'll put a single up here. Now, I'm just going to go back to my little single one right down here. Put it right here. And again, I'm going to do this little one kind of light, like that. And then I'm going to do some more of this bigger one, and we'll put some of these up here. And because you can see through it, you can see where your leaves are going. So you don't have to worry about getting color into your flower, which is really nice. So there you go. There's another one. So we've got some leaves, and see, I got color here. I don't know how I got the color here, but that's okay. We'll make an embellishment around it, and we'll make it pretty. And I'm going to try one more set of leaves And I don't think any of these kind of look good. It'd be better if they could be behind it, but that's alright. We're just going to go with this. I think it looks good. And I'm not even going to cut it out. I'm just, because I put this right on here, it will be perfectly good just like this. And pull it off my painter's tape. And there we go. We have our card that we have now colored and made some flowers. Pull this out of the way and we're going to put it together now. So now we've got our flowers, which I'm going to actually probably go this way with this one. And we're just going to put it just like this. And I'm going to go with a petal pink behind it today. And maybe I'll be able to cover this up with some rhinestones for my green here. Because I'll accidentally put some green on it, which, you know, it happens. All the more reason for embellishments, right? So this one, I cut it out and I popped it up on dimensionals. So I'm going to just put this one, the whole thing on some dimensionals. And I've got those here. So I'm just going to do 4, and you can see my painter's tape tore the back, but that's all right. It doesn't hurt it. My phone is just going crazy today. I don't understand why. Nobody ever texts me and wants anything to do with me until I start doing something. It's crazy. And let's see, and it's nothing all that important right now. So there we go. We got this off, and I'm going to put this on here just like this. I'm going to do it diagonally, just like I did the other one. And I used some of our gold, some of this stuff here, and this is from our Expressions in Ink Infeza pack. It's the gold pack. I can't say the word. Don't want to try to figure out how to say the word, but you know. Now because I put it behind, that's what makes it look like that. I'm not able to do that on this one. That's why I was trying to put more green. But I could put it behind it like this. So it looks like the gold's coming out from there. And this will be able to go on my petal pink. So we'll just put this just like this. No, I don't like that one there. And with this one, we could probably put this one maybe right over our green that I did. Kind of look like a little piece of gold. And we could put this one here. I don't know. Let me put the background on and see how I want it to go. I wish they were gold on both sides. I have more, so we can always get more out of the pack. I like the little gold leaves. There we go. There's some more. And I'm going to do petal pink as the background. So we're going to put this just like this. And then we're just going to pop some of these around. Take this one off. Put this one here. Just like so. Leave this one up here. And we have this random piece. Let's do this. We'll leave that one there, and then we'll put some here so it kind of looks like it's going both ways. And then maybe a little bit up here. We'll just take one leaf. We've got regular leaves. Let's just take one leaf. Take one of these and slide this up here. So we've just got some separate little leaves popping out. There we go. There's the card. So now let's just glue all that down and we'll be good to go. So just get some little glue in here. it should be good to go. It'll be a very pretty card. You can put whatever sentiments you want on it. I don't generally put sentiments on when I make these kind of cards, just because I never know what I'm going to need. I have so many ready, and I have so many I need to know, and I forget birthday cards. Like, I really forget birthday cards. And, you know, it's not that I don't love my friends and family, I just forget. I don't remember anybody's birthday until, like, the day before, and then it's too late to send a card. So I think I should really make some belated birthday cards, you know? Then I wouldn't be so bad. I could send them a belated birthday card. Like, my great-nephew turned 10 yesterday, and I did not send him a card. I didn't send his mother a card either, and she had a birthday a few days before him. That family, it's her, my sister or niece-in-law, my nephew, and my great-nephew, and my brother are all in December. So, you know. Oh, and my uncle. My uncle was born the same day as my brother, so, you know. Lots and lots of birthdays in December in our family. And I know this ahead of time. I just don't understand why I don't do the cards. I don't. But there's our card. That is the card. And I know there's a lot of lights, so you can't really see it. I kind of like the dark blue better, but I wanted to give it a little different. Oh, and we didn't have gems. I have some gilded gems, which is in the annual catalog. So you can use these. I've got some big ones. And some little ones. And some really big ones. And we'll take this little one, just put it right here on top of this little piece of green that I used. So now you can barely see that I did any mess up. Isn't that nice? So I did 3. I generally like to do 3 because, you know, it just makes it look better. There we go. And, oh, I added Rinka Stella. So let's see what we got. We got the clear. So I added just a little wink right in the middle and around, randomly around these Calypso coral pieces. So it's just random, just a little bit of sparkle. I know you won't be able to see it much on the actual card here in the video, but, you know, that's okay. But I did do random. And so you see a little bit of the glimmer on there. And you can really see it on this one. See my little shimmers? So, and you see on this one. There you go. There's my 2 cards. I hope you love them. And this is coming to you in January. Let me put my ugly mug back up. So those will be coming out to you in January. And you'll be able to purchase January 4th, I believe. I don't have the catalog in front of me to tell you. But I hope you enjoyed that quick little tutorial on how to use those. It's going to be a fun little technique. And don't forget, we're going to have the butterflies as well in there. And I will work on some of those cards. Hopefully next week I'll be able to make a card with the other set that I got for you to see. So y'all have a wonderful day. And we'll see you later. Bye, y'all.